my name is Stephanie, please, and today I'm going to be going over the basics of the return process or warranty replacement process for your Blue Yeti microphone and just generally what it looks like when you take one of these bad boys apart. So if you're wondering why I'm using my headset, it's because this right here is my microphone. Let's get into it. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. I am not a Blue Yeti employee. I am not associated with the company. I am speaking from my experience with the warranty repair process or replacement process. And these are things that I needed to know when I was going through the process that they didn't tell me about. So, this should not be used as a replacement for contacting Blue directly, and you should not be like, Stephanie told me to do it, so it's okay. I'm not responsible for any problems you may have with the repair or replacement or warranty process. What you'll need for this process is obviously, your microphone. Then you'll need some pliers. I'm using the thick ones for a specific task later, but if you're just trying to do the replacement policy, you need really thin ones. These pliers will not be able to enter the little hole right here and remove the plastic piece. So that's something to keep in mind. You'll also need a screwdriver. There's only one type of screw. I haven't touched the head here, but you'll need just a Phillips head screwdriver. The screws are fairly small, so you'll need something that can account for that. And then I never remember the name of this thing, but it's the tool that opens and closes when you rotate it. So I'm not sure what that's called, but you need one of these. And then you'll also need somewhere to put the screws, so I use just a little IKEA cap. And that's what you'll need to complete everything that I talk about in this tutorial. So let's start with the process for getting a replacement. First, you'll contact Blue Yeti. You'll go through, are you a registered buyer? Blah, 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 blah. Eventually, they'll tell you to do something that's kind of odd. They'll tell you to take out a piece of plastic in the USB port. What they won't tell you, potentially right away, and they didn't tell me, is that this will break your microphone. I'll show you where that piece is. I can't actually take it apart in my set because I don't have the pliers that are small enough to fit inside the hole, but I'll show you where it is and then you can do it yourself. You don't have to take apart the microphone. The plastic piece you need to remove is visible right there, and you'll get kind of a better look at it after we take the mic apart, but you can see it sort of, but that little bitty plastic is all you need to remove is just some strong and very thin pliers. After you've broken your poor baby, you take a picture of the bottom of it with your warranty number as close to the broken porthole as you can get, and then you send it to them and they'll process your return. So, there are 3 holes that I'm concerned with here. There's 2 screw holes that you can clearly and obviously see, and then there's one buried way deep down inside the part that normally would be holding up your microphone, like it was for me. So what you'll want to do is find the right screwdriver head. Duh. You don't want to go in and strip your screws. And then you just go through and unscrew these 2 that you can see clearly. So now for the trickier 3rd screw. Why I had mentioned this doodad earlier is because if you're like me, when you first set your mic up, you got everything really tight in, and then your hands were not enough to undo it. I know there's a euphemism to all that in there. Right now, because I've done this before, it's a little bit looser. I knew I was going to be doing this again, so I can just unscrew this piece here. If you need to put a little more elbow grease in, that's just what you're going to have to do. So now you can see there's just kind of that black little piece down there. I said there was a screw, right? So you have to kind of use whatever tools are handy to get the little black rubber piece up. And I use just my screwdriver for this. So now I've got this icky little piece out. And ta-da! Magic hidden screw. Wonderful, right? Now we go through the same process of just unscrewing and getting this final screw out. It's hanging on by a thread. I'm very annoyed with it. I can't get it out. Come on. Let go! There we go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the buttons themselves from the device. This is kind of an awkward step, and you can end up with kind of an ugly product. So if you're planning to take this mic apart and put it back together again and use it, I'd recommend taking an extra precaution to avoid what happened here, which is some uggo-ness. Why is it uggo? Because I used these pliers to help me get the buttons off. If you have a way to do it that doesn't involve hurting things, I recommend doing that. What I saw someone do is put a cloth over the buttons and then remove them like that. And they said that that was a way to avoid damaging it. Okay, so we've gotten the 3 big buttons off, but now this mute button, it's a little bit weird and it's a little bit harder, I think, and the videos I saw didn't really prepare me to take apart the mute button. So mine's kind of a little bit messed up already, but like you saw how quickly it just came off. You're gonna have to pull a little bit harder when you try to take yours off. As you can see, there's like this clear plastic bit at the end. There's another piece that attaches to the end of this that then attaches to the microphone itself. So in taking it apart and trying to put it back together, you'll see that there really isn't that much space inside the microphone. And so I'll show you. Let's see. The piece might just be gone. Yeah, I think the piece is just actually gone. There's a long, thin piece that attaches from here to here, and it's very easy to snap off. Why did it snap off? Because it had remained touching and connected to this piece while I was trying to maneuver all these pokey outy bits around the different holes. So there just really wasn't enough room for me to push and pull and get it in and out. So yeah, watch out for that piece. I recommend just like removing it prior instead of having it snap. And yeah. And this is what a fully uncorked Blue Yeti microphone looks like on the inside. Here is the piece that you need to remove when going through the warranty process. It's that tiny little bit of plastic in there. I misunderstood and I thought they were trying to get me to remove all of the metal bit. So that's why it's all messed up and ugly. But yeah, there's just that tiny little bit of plastic if you can see it, and you just have to pluck it out. I'm gonna put it back together and you can watch that. As you already know, the mute button's a little bit busted, so it's not a whole lot that can go wrong. And there you have it. You have now watched the full disassembly and reassembly of a Blue Yeti microphone. If there were things you liked about this video, please let me know. If there were things you hated about this video, please do not let me know, because it's not that serious and I don't really want hate mail about like taking apart just like a microphone. I hope that this was helpful to you. That's the only reason why I did it. I'm not a like tech genius. I'm not a anything genius. I'm just a normal person who happened to have to take apart her microphone because she was very confused. You're like, wow, it was like kind of cool getting to hang out with that girl Stephanie for a little bit. Uh, I stream on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer, so I play a ton of different games. I play games like Bloodborne, Outlast, God of War, you name it, I'll play it for the most part. And it would be awesome to have you come by. The reason I actually have this mic to begin with is thanks to the generosity of the community that I've part of on Twitch. And if you've noticed, there's a little note right here. It's actually just a thank you note to the people who made purchasing this mic possible. So yeah, if you want to come by and hang out, you're more than welcome to. If you don't, I'm not going to hold it against you. I don't know. Yeah, what's the matter? Yeah, you do you. I hope to see you around though.
I think we can do this. Okay, maybe not, but I think... I want to say yes. I want to say yes. And I said yes, 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 yes. Get wrecked. Thank you, we did it.